And we're back for part 2 of drafting. Today is about connecting events. So far we have talked about characters, setting, and the plot in relation to your imaginative narrative. You should have been adding to your Google Doc assignment daily. I keep moving it from folder to folder so you always have access to it. By now you should have the first 3 pages done, and there is one final drafting page on the document, connecting events. We will be talking about chronological order and sequence. We have talked about sequence and sequence words and phrases before. Chronological order might be a little new to you guys, but it is the order in which events happen or the steps in which a process should be done. Using chronological order helps you keep events straight and helps the reader, myself, follow the plot. You might see a timeline of events. That is a great example of chronological order. You can see that all of the dates go in order. They start at the left and they go to the right. They go up as the years go on, depending on what event happened in that timeline and what the timeline is about. When you are writing your imaginative narrative, you are going to be using chronological order. You will be using sequence words and phrases to help you write in chronological order and to help myself follow the order of events or anyone else who is going to read your imaginative narrative. The use of sequence words helps your story to flow smoothly. Alright, so we have some examples of sequence words and phrases. So if you're going to use dates, here are examples 2019 or 1990, right? And if we were using these dates, you would put 1990 first because that comes before 2019. You can talk in numerical order by using first, second, third, fourth, and so on. Or another example is time. You can use words such as after that, as soon as time passed, before long, during, finally, later on, meanwhile, next, soon after. Going back to the story about the mangrove forest menace, right? We read this earlier this week. We know that the story starts off with Molly and her friends playing hide and seek, and then someone shouts, "Get out of here, or I will come after you." We don't know who it is yet, but it will be revealed eventually in the story. So then after someone yells at her, they swim away to reach safety, right? So still going in order right after the other. The author is explaining the events that have happened. The next day, right, we're using our sequence word. They go back to the Jumble Fort to play, right? And then again, the thundering voice was even louder than the day before. Still using our sequence words. We know that they're talking about the previous day. Someone is still yelling at them. They're talking about how they might have to give up their favorite spot and just go to the playground or another place. Right? Then, so we know that they went to school the past 2 days, and now it's on Saturday, still going in the same, in a chronological order. Stopped at the library, right? The next afternoon. These are key words, so I know that your story is going in order. When I was reading some of your personal narratives, it was really hard for me to stay on track and try to decipher how your story was laid out, because it was jumbled together and just saying events as if they didn't happen in any sort of order, right? So then finally, Molly knew what to do. And she solved the problem, right? The problem was solved at the end of the story. That is your resolution. So today you're going to come to your document, your Google Doc, right? So you should have the first 3 pages done, as I do with mine. And you're finally going to come to the last page, connecting events. Put the events for each part of your story in the correct chronological order. Remember that you may use more or fewer events that are listed here. Add sequence words as you write or draft. Right? Sequence words, this will be on your in your Schoology folder on Friday. So that is your writing assignment for today. To complete all 4 pages if you haven't already. Remember, do not submit it. I will go through and look at them later today and leave you notes on them.